So this is my isometric police station so far, and in the last video I modeled this clipboard, which won't necessarily stay on the table, it may be on the wall by a corkboard, and I figured because it's a police station I need some handcuffs, so I'm going to show you a way to model handcuffs. Alright, so here we go. I'm going to bring in a circle and I'm going to make it 18 vertices. And right off the bat, I'm just going to press the slash key. We can focus just on that. Alright, so here we go. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to edit mode, press 1 for vertex selection, and I'm going to box select. I'm going to select actually everything, E and S, and I'm going to scale it out a little ways. And now I'm going to select the top 5 vertices, just like that. Press E to extrude and pull it up a little ways, and then I'm going to deselect those two and I'm going to pull it up again a little bit. Alright, let's press Ctrl 2 and have a look at that. We start to see the shape. Now if you like, you can go back in here and you can select all of these and scale in the Y, straighten them out a little bit, and you just adjust the shape as you like. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come into edit mode and select the whole thing. I'm going to give this a bit of thickness, so I'm going to extrude like this. So we're going to have that structure. I'm going to select everything, and I'm going to shift D to duplicate it. I'm going to pull it up, and I'm going to pull it up quite a ways. And the reason I'm going to do that, it's not going to stay like that, is so that I can get under here in 3 face selection and select these vertices, these faces right there. So these 6, okay, on the top and on the bottom. And I'm leaving this ring here. All right, with those selected, I'm going to press Ctrl E, bridge edge loops. That's going to bring them together. Now I'm going to look from an orthographic view, go into wireframe 1 for vertex selection and box select. Now I can pull these down like this. And I'm going to leave some space inside here for another piece, another ring. So this is what I have so far. All right. Now what I need to do is I need to get rid of some of this. Back in the wireframe, and I'm going to get rid of all of this all the way down to there. Let's try that. Vertices. So I've got half of it. Let's go back into solid view. With that done, I'm going to press a 2 for edge selection and shift alt and click there and just F to make a face. Do the same here, F, F. Let's have a look at that. I can shade smooth right now, but I'm not going to worry about anything else yet. And it's okay, you can manipulate this into more of a circle if you really want. Let's see, maybe we'll do that a little bit. Look down from the top. And 1, and then you can just start pulling these to make it a little bit more of a circle if you want to do that kind of a thing. Let's just have a look at that. Okay, now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be putting in some edge loops anyhow, so let's do that. Up, down. That. Let's see where else we want. We could try one there. Yeah, I don't know if we want one there or not. I like that, a little bit smoother. Alright, so this is what we're coming up with. And then, if you want, you can just manipulate these a little bit nicer. They get a slightly better curve, maybe not so exaggerated. Alright, all that will take time to fiddle with. Alright, so we have that. And let's see if there's something else I do want to do. I'm going to leave it like that. I might scale the whole thing in the Z a little bit. Okay. Let's come in here and think about if we want to, let's say if I inset that and convert it to a circle with loop tools, maybe I inset more. Let's see, we could make something there. Okay, now let's do that. So I will come back, we'll pull it down further, and we can make like a hole for where the key would go. We can make that smaller. So I'll just box select here and Control plus a few times, maybe to there, and we'll scale Shift Z. Just make it nice and small. We'll bring another one in. So there's a hole for where the key would go, and we could let's say maybe even take that. Now we'll bring in a new circle for this. I'm going to stay with the 18 vertices, and we'll make that one small. I have to make a face, E to extrude down, delete that face, select it all, Alt and recalculate outside. To flip the polys, Control B here. Roll my mouse up a couple times, maybe I'll do Control 1 just to make it nice and smooth. Drop that down. I'll just make it small. We'll put a couple of these here. Take those down here maybe, and I'll just put that one there. You get something that looks like that. Okay, let's take all of those and just Shift D and rotate X 180, and I'll put them over there. Okay, let's do this. Let's do it this way. Shift D, yeah, let's do it that way. Now we can rotate X 180. I think we got to rotate Z 180 as well. All right. Not that I'm going to see it from the bottom, but just in case. There it is. I think I'll add that. Okay, I'm going to turn, okay, the cavity shader is on and all this stuff is on. That's fine. Good. Yeah, that's all right. If I wanted to move that, I could. I didn't like the position. I think I'm okay though with that right there. Okay, so now the next part is going to be with my 3D cursor still right there. I'm going to bring in another circle. I'm going to leave in at 18, scale it down. And I'm going to get this to fit in here. E and S, and I'm going to come out a little ways. I'll scale it back in a little bit. And I need room for another extrusion. So let's do that. And then I'm just going to make sure that select E and S, come out again. Okay, good. And then I'm going to get rid of some of these vertices. Like, let's see, that one, this one, this one. Or faces, whatever. Let's just focus on that. This one and this one, we could go for just that much. And maybe I'll take this one. Maybe I'll pull it back that way. This one won't matter, it'll be hidden. Let's just look at Control 2. You can see what we've got here. All right, so let's bring that stuff back. Let's make sure we're saving. And I guess I should save all of this stuff in its own collection. Let's do that. Isolate that. Alright, so this is the idea here. So what I want to do is I want to bring this down, and I'm going to extrude this up. And get that to fit in there. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to get rid of some of this as well, and then we'll put some edge loops in. So let's Shift H, Alt H. Okay, Shift H just to focus on that. Let's see. We're going to get rid of some of this stuff here. I think I'll come up to there and see how that goes. Not sure I need that piece. Yeah, that's going to be hidden anyhow. Okay, so I can close that up. It's debatable if you'd want that piece. I'm not going to see. Well, all right. Let's maybe think about that. Let's maybe not get rid of these. Okay. Let's take all this. And I don't want to just add a face because I got an extra edge there, so I'm going to grid fill that, and that will create all the right geometry for that. Let's do that. We'll shade smooth. We'll Alt H that, and let's see what we want to do here. And then for this, we'll have to manipulate it a little bit. So I got that. I'll do that, and I'll just make this, a bit of a circle as well. Let's see how this ends up looking. Have a quick look at that. Probably work once we throw some edge loops in. I won't worry about that edge right there. So let's go ahead and see how she looks a little bit flattened out. Do I already have one in there? I don't think I need that one. There. Do something like that. And maybe I will pull that back. Let's see. It's not going to be too visible, so I'll just do something and just throw an edge loop to make it a bit of a nicer end there. Oh, that's a bit sharp. Okay. That's okay, like that. Okay, good like that. And then let's make sure we're saving. Let's bring in a cylinder. I can just go for 18 again. I'll leave it with n-gons. make the pin that goes through here. Select both ends, Control B, shade smooth, and that's probably good enough just as it is. Just decide on this position. All right. Okay, notice these are flipped, so Alt-N. Okay, so far so good. 3D cursor still in the middle. I'm going to bring in another circle, and I'm going to make this one 64 vertices now. Okay. Extrude this up like that, and just sort of position it the way you like it. And yeah, take the edges. I'll go back into median point and S, so scale it in. And then I'm just going to do this, select them all, I, twice, E and Alt S, and I'm going to push, or pull down, I guess. And then I'm going to switch to individual origins and S to scale. And that gives you, you know, that kind of look. We can bevel that. So what you could then do is go in and clean it up at that point. And I mean, you could have come out further. Let's see if I can still select these. You can just take the ones that you need and selecting these faces. That's probably good enough. You can make them more pronounced. You could switch this to 3D cursor. You could still rotate. You can get that effect. And I think I'll go with that. And then what I'll do is I'll come in here and I'll go into wireframe and into edit mode, and I will just get rid of some of these other ones. Up to about there. And that ought to be fine, like that. All right, I kind of like that one a little bit better. Just like that. All right, cool. So far, so good. Do a little bit more on this. Rotate X90. Let's make sure we're in median point. that there. I think at this point I will bring my 3D cursor to there. And bring it to torus and just reduce this stuff. To do that, in fact, I may flatten this out by beveling like that. Take these inner polys, scale shift Z, do a little bit more like that. To give that effect. Okay. And now I'm going to bring in a plane. Let's look at the top. I want sort of a cartoon chain link. A little bit like that. Maybe I'll do that. Okay. So I'm going to take that and I'm just going to rotate X90. Just do something here. Let's see. I'm going to rotate this. I'm going to want to have these. They're either going to be hanging or they're going to be on a desk or something like that. So I don't know. We'll just do a few kind of links. So yeah, let's take another one and just do anything. You know, at this point, you can do what you want. I'm not sure yet where in the scene these are going to go, so I'm just going to do that. Okay, so far, and then I'm going to take all of this stuff and copy it. Oh, we got another piece in there, don't we? Let's get rid of that. You can do stuff where you know, rotate this piece out, but I'm not going to do that. That, my friends, is it. Those are your handcuffs. Okay? So you put any other detail you want. I hope I haven't missed anything. But there you go. Not too hard to do, and I think they look pretty good. Cool, so we're going to add those to the scene. We'll move on and do some more stuff. Thanks for watching.